Well, I've thrown an awful lot of ideas at you. And I recognise that, this course, it may be a little bit different from some courses that you've done. Because this course does throw a lot of different ideas. And some of those ideas, we know they conflict. Some of these things don't work together. The point for you is to just throw a whole lot of ideas in your direction so that you can pick and choose and you can say, okay, well, what seems to work for me? What do I like the sound of? What have I not tried before? What could I have a go at? And part of that, what should I have a go at, is in the form of these assignments. When this course is run as an in-person course, there are a number of assignments that you have to work through. I'm going to suggest just 4 things for you that you might want to take a look at, you might want to think about. The first one is to try and define, what do you think are the roles of a leader? Because if you can more clearly understand, what do you think is your role as the leader in your team? Is it about A, B, C, F, E, D? I'll leave that up to you. What do you think are the roles of a leader? Secondly, what are you strong in? What are you confident in? But also, what are the areas where you think, yeah, I need to work on that? Thirdly, I want you to think about your leadership style. You're going to fit into one of those 4 categories that we looked at. And I want you to think, okay, what are some of the strengths and the weaknesses of my particular style? And are there areas that I need to think about changing for the good of the team? Because they may not always understand where I'm coming from. They may be different to me. And then fourthly, we want to think about what areas, are there some things that you want to change? Maybe it's about you personally. Maybe it's something in your team or in your workplace where you say, I want this to change. Maybe you can think about the various forces that are pressing against it. What can you do to influence those different forces? But in the end, we want you to think about, what is it that you want to change and how are you going to make that change happen? So those are the 4 assignments that I'd like to set you to help put some of this, so that it's not just interesting videos that you're listening to, but that actually you might think through, how does this apply to me? How is this useful? What can I take from this and is going to make me into a better leader?